Moriloye Antonia, your host. Doctor, it's my pleasure having you in the studio this morning. Once again, you are welcome to today's program.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure too.
Yes, this morning, you'll be speaking on the collaboration with strategic stakeholders of the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. To get started, what does collaboration with strategic stakeholders mean?
Thank you. Yeah, looking at the topic, you can fashion out 3 keywords, and these are collaboration, strategic, and stakeholders. If we may do a little what we call a definition of terms, explaining the terms. Now, take them one after the other. First of all, collaboration in this context, not in every context, but in the context we are discussing it today, means cooperation, partnership, having a harmonious relation and working together with agencies, with individuals, with the hope of achieving a common goal. Strategic. This relates to strategy, and it denotes a crucial or critical step or measure drawn or outlined, designed to accomplish an objective. And stakeholder, this is somebody who has interest in something, who can invest in that thing he has interest in or support its cause. Therefore, taking them together now, collaboration with strategic stakeholders means working with these people who share interest in your work or activity with the aim of achieving a goal. And in our case, what is the goal? The goal of building virile citizens, good citizens, and good leaders. The involvement of these stakeholders could be in many ways. Can be in sharing ideas, giving you feedback on what you do, which is vital for your continued working. It can be in offering skills. For instance, when the center engaged in the MDG, there are things we are not to do by ourselves. We got people, skilled people, those who are trained in fish rearing, vulcanizing. We employ them, we engage them to come and help out. These people are stakeholders. They are collaborators. They can also contribute their knowledge or resources as it may be. So, in a nutshell, collaborative strategic holders are those who relate with us, who will offer our services, and who cherish our services and continue to support us.
Thank you very much. With your definition of the various terms, the collaboration, the strategic, and even the stakeholder itself, you have given us a very good foundation as to what you will be speaking on this morning. And that will further give us proper understanding of the business of the day. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Now that you have clarified the meaning of collaboration with strategic stakeholders, who are the strategic stakeholders of the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center?
Thank you very much. For clarity, for easy understanding, we can clarify or segment the center's strategic holders into those in public sector and those in private sector. All right? Public sector, and we can also say governmental and non-governmental partners or collaborators or strategic partners. Now let's take them one after the other. Public sector strategic stakeholders. Who are they? First, the executive arm of the government is a strategic collaborator and stakeholder in the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. It is the government that set up the government, and therefore it is number one strategic holder or stakeholder. And it is also the government that has assigned a Ministry of Youth Development now, that supervises the activities of the center. The minister is there, the BAMSEC, all these people are stakeholders in the center. The legislature also is a stakeholder in many ways. It is the legislature that puts in place the laws that establishes many parastatals. And also the legislature annually appropriates funds for the center's operation. So the legislature is a stakeholder, and in the legislature you have committees that oversee the agencies. In our case, in the Senate, National Assembly, there is the Committee on Youth and Sports. There is always a chairman there, so he's a stakeholder in the center. In the House of Rep, the chairman on youth development is also a stakeholder. They have oversight functions. From time to time, they arrange and visit the center to come and see what we are doing and offer their valuable advice. Now, apart from the executive, the legislature, there is the board. The board of the center is a strategic stakeholder. It is always put in place by the president and commander-in-chief of the federation. It is the president who appoints the chairman of the board. So the board is a stakeholder, and the chairman particularly is a stakeholder. The current governor of Ekiti State was once the chairman of our board. So he's a stakeholder, and indirectly the government of Ekiti State, which he is now, is a stakeholder. Let me refer to the decree or the law that establishes the center concerning the board. And it reads, a chairman to be appointed by the president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces. It goes further to say that 5 members to represent the states of the federation. Now, some people are appointed from the zones. Now we have zones, 6 geopolitical zones. So 1 person is appointed by the president to represent each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the federation. Besides this, there is a representative of the ministry charged with the responsibility for matters relating to the center. In this case now, the Federal Ministry of Youth Development. Next, the DG of the center, is a statutory stakeholder in the center. 7 other members appointed by the minister from the following ministry or bodies. That is 1, the Ministry of Education. Always somebody is there in the board to represent the Ministry of Education. The Nigerian Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Culture. The Nigerian Police Force. The arm of the Armed Forces of the Federation, either the Navy, the Army, or the Air Force. It might interest us to know that the current Chief of Army Staff was once a member of our board, General Lagwajan. There is also the National Council of Women Societies. They are stakeholders. They are always there in the board. The Nigerian Youth Trust and the Nigerian Employers Consultative Associations. These bodies, directly or indirectly, are stakeholders in the center. Well, they are coming from the government side, that's the public sector. It might interest you that the management and staff of the center are strategic stakeholders. They manage the day-to-day affairs of the center. we have instructors, we have admin officers, we have training officers, accountants, all of them. Besides these people, the man of war, you see them everywhere in the country. They are stakeholders, okay? Strategic ones didn't. The labor unions, like we have NSU and the ASURI, these are strategic stakeholders in the center also. They are, though they are CSO, that's civil society organization, but they are cooperative society. Yes, we have a cooperative society which is related or allied to that of Lagos. They are strategic, we contribute, okay, to the educational development of Lagos. Going further, we can say that several government agencies, the Budget Office, Salaries and Wages Commission, these are strategic collaborators and stakeholders in the center. Then, the bulk of it, tertiary schools, universities, colleges of education, polytechnics, especially departments of physical and health education. Some of them, it is a compulsory course for them to undergo a course, and it forms part of their grading system. Secondary schools, severally, all government secondary schools, the unity schools, they come for our training. Primary schools are not left out. I've mentioned the military and the paramilitary agencies, the civil defense, the customs, the immigration, and other paramilitary agencies are indeed stakeholders. The National Youth Service Corps is also a stakeholder. You will see at every orientation camp, every orientation program of the NYC, you see our men there, man of war, instructors, and if there's anything, any corps member, any person who has passed through the program remembers, it is the man of war activities while on camp. Now, apart from the public sector collaborators or stakeholders, we have also the private sector stakeholders. Who are they? Schools, private schools, religious bodies, old students who have passed through us, and that's alumni, they are stakeholders. The Rotary Club, Junior Chambers International, JSI, and other related associations, vigilante groups, artisans, suppliers, manufacturers. We use some gadgets. Those who manufacture these gadgets we use that are procured annually, they are strategic holders because their market, we patronize them. And in a way, also they make our work move. Photographers, at every training session, you see photographers coming to take photographs to make their own living. Vendors, contractors, all these are strategic holders. We will not forget host communities whose land our training schools are situated, located. Alu, they are the people of Alu, the people of Jos Not, in Kudan, in Owode. So we maintain very good relation with them because it is there that our schools are. They benefit from the relationship. Maybe down there we will tell how we relate with them. We can also include international bodies like UNDP, United Nations Development Program. Yes, over the years, they have been very, very good collaborator. They bring participants from the northeastern states for our trainings, and they attest that the training we give these people have been so impactful. OUB, that is Outward Bound International, is also our collaborative partners. So what I would say that segmenting them into two, there are those in the private sector, there are those in the public sector.
Thank you very much. If you are just joining us, this is our regular weekly program on 93.7 FM, CLTCR. And the topic is collaboration with strategic holders. Yes, you have, in the course of In the course of your attending to some of the questions, you've repeatedly mentioned center, center, center. For the benefit of our listeners who might be joining us for the very first time or are just tuning in, what is center? And there was an acronym you kept using, CLTC. Can you tell us what CLTC means and what is center for the benefit of our listeners?
Thank you very much. CLTC means Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. It's a government agency, and by the law establishing the center says Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. Otherwise, here I refer to as center. So whenever I mention center here, I mean Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. It's a government agency created for the purpose of training good citizens and leaders for society's development.
Thank you very much. To our listeners, you've heard that CLTC is Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. So wherever you hear or CLTC is mentioned, know that such is referring to Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. Thank you. Can you describe the nature of CLTC's collaboration with strategic stakeholders?
Okay, thank you very much. The nature, how is the collaboration? How do we relate with them? To sum it, before I go into details, it can be said to be give and take. They take from us, we give them. We give them, they take from us. Give and take. The center has a product. What's the product? Training. That's what we do. So we train them, we train the citizens, and we train the leaders. It is give and take, as I said, and cannot be seen. It's intangible. What we give out is intangible, but it is very, very impactful. It impacts on the life of the people. It impacts on their personality development of the individuals, as well as creating greater awareness in community service and development. The center's task is to render the service. It is the duty of the strategic holders or patrons or sponsors to bring their participants for us to train them. These partners need the services to shape and sharpen the physical, social, mental, emotional, moral, and adventure skills of their wards. Suffice it to say that the center's programs are carefully planned with a view of realizing the behavioral outcome of the participants. Change of attitude, their character at the end. When you come for a training, at the end, you are no longer the person that you came as. You are changed. The way you behave, the way you act. Some other categories of stakeholders provide vital services to the center. As I mentioned before, there are photographers, there are contractors, there are manufacturers. So that's the nature of our relationship with them. Give and take. What we have, we give them. What is it? Training. And what they have, they give us. Thank you.
Yes, from your explanation on the kind of trainings your organization offers, it means your program refine individuals just the way golds are refined and polished to make it beautiful. So your program beautify individuals to be good representative of the society. Thank you very much. Then where does this collaboration hold or take place?
All right, thank you very much. Yes, the services the center render are carried out at our training schools. We have training schools located at the geopolitical zones of the Federation. Currently, we have 12 schools. I know my colleagues who have appeared here earlier have mentioned the schools. But for information's sake, for those who have not heard it, our pioneer school is the one at Jos. It's called Mountain School, Sherry Hills. Then we have a C school at Apapa, Lagos State. We have a Forest Training School at Alu in River State, Port Harcourt River State, Alu community. We have a Highland Training School at Ngo, Enugu State. We have Savannah Training School in Katsina State. We have a Sahel Training School at Kudan in Kaduna State. We have the mobile school, which is domiciled in Abuja here. We have the online academy because of the trend nowadays, online learning. We have one at Owode in Ogun State called Value School, and the newest of them all is located at Ekiti State. So these are the places our training, our collaboration go on. Besides, the mobile school can reach you anytime you go. And those, we go to our collaborators when the need arises. We visit them, we pay costly visits. So our relationship with them does not only take place at our training schools, but also can take place anywhere, at the NYC orientation camp and other necessary areas. Thank you very much.
I wanted to remind you of the break. Well, it's just to remind you of the break that is close. Thank you very much, Doctor. Well, from the rundown of your training schools, you have more than a training school in each geopolitical zones, meaning the organization is truly set to refine the society for the betterment of the nation. Thank you very much, and well done for a job well done so far. Now it is time for us to go on a short break, and when we come back, we shall continue the program. Dear listeners, please stay tuned. Don't go away. We are coming back shortly. Thank you.
This program is brought to you from Citizenship and Leadership Training Center.
I pray to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me, make I do my part, make you do your part. Nigeria go better. To defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God.
This program is brought to you from Citizenship and Leadership Training Center.
I pray to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me, make I do my part, make you do your part. Nigeria go better. To defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God.
Thank you very much, listeners, for staying tuned. You are welcome back to this program once again. The program remains CLTCR on 93.7 FM, and our guest this morning still remains Dr. Kevin Amanzi Ihenetu, the Director of Planning, Research, Monitoring, Information Management Department of the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. Doctor, you are welcome back on air.
Thank you very much.
Yes. You were telling us where the collaboration takes place, and you gave us a total rundown of your training schools. Yes, it is well appreciated that your organization is ready to train the general public by having more than a training school in each geopolitical zone. It goes a long way to show the seriousness of your organization in molding the citizens of this nation for the betterment of the country. Thank you and kudos to your organization. Are there particular times for the collaboration with the stakeholders?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, for everything, seasons and times. Okay? Rule, months, activities. But for us, the center services are carried out at all times. 7 days, 24 hours, for 52 weeks, the 1 year, 360 days. So, it is pertinent to state that what is needed is identifying those who need our services, reaching out and understanding with them. It depends the time they want to come. Some will come and book in advance so that you are ready for them. But our training is clockwise, just 12. It goes on all times, all days, all the year round, 360 days. Involve communicating with them, we reach out to them, we listen to them, and we take action depending on their request. We can schedule and reschedule. We have our program of courses, though, and which we give out. But if there's need for them to reschedule, we accommodate them. And we have hostels. Our school, our training is residential. They come, they live there. So at any time, any day, we're ready to accommodate them. Thank you.
Meaning?
In a nutshell, it takes place all year round. There is no break.
Yes, that was what I wanted to ask. Meaning your training schools are always open 24/7.
Yes.
Unlike the conventional schools where they have holidays.
Yes.
Yours is not like that.
Yes.
You come at any time and you are trained. That's a good one. Thank you very much. Then, generally speaking, what lessons can be learned from the collaboration with these stakeholders?
Lessons abound. First of all, the lesson we will learn first is no man is an island. No man is an island. You need me, I need you to coexist. What you don't have, you receive or get from those who have. And what they don't have, you give them. Agencies that need our services, we render. For instance, NYC, one of the things they do, they don't have, but we go there and help them out. other mutual existence in line with the systems theory. That's what I'm saying, that the systems theory said that we are like a system. The world is like a system. The nation is like a system. Okay? Every part is working to make the system work. And if there's any disruption, then there's need to make it work, to rectify it and make it work. And in line with the functionalistic theory, the center has a function it plays to the growth and development of the center. What is that main function? Training citizens and training leaders. You agree with me that without good citizens, without good leaders, no nation will grow, no nation will develop. And it's from the citizens that leaders are born. And therefore, there's need, deliberate need, there's need for citizens to be trained and leaders to be trained. Researches have shown, theories have shown that one may not necessarily be a good leader, but through training, your behavior, your attitude can be modified to become a better person, a better leader. Collaborating with stakeholders will most likely enable you to work more effectively and efficiently so as to remain relevant effectively and efficiently. When you get feedback from them, if there are things that they want you to incorporate in your curriculum, in your training, you listen to them and do so. That's the essence. It is also capable of making an agency to tap into the skills, knowledge, resources, and the capabilities of other agencies so as to achieve set objectives and goals. Other agencies, I will always mention NYC. From time to time, we relate with them, we collaborate with them. The Army too, the NDA, there are things they come to us that we render over the years. No person passes out through the NDA without coming for our training. It's unique. It provides a feedback that will help remove potential roadblocks and impediment to progress. These, in a nutshell, are the benefits of collaboration. What you have, you give. What you don't have, you get from others. And that keeps the society moving and strong.
Thank you very much. For those joining us for the very first time, this is CLTCR on 93.7 FM. CLTC there means Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, meaning you are on Citizenship and Leadership Training Center are on 93.7 FM. And our distinguished guest this morning is Dr. Kevin Amanze Ihenetu. He's the Director of Planning, Research, Monitoring and Information Management Department, Citizenship and Leadership Training Center. And he's speaking on the collaboration with strategic stakeholders of the agency. Thank you very much, Doctor. Then, beyond providing training, how do you interact with your stakeholders?
Interaction with our stakeholders. Yes, we interact with them. It can be virtual, it can be physical, it can be through communication, and thank God for the invention of handset. You can call your stakeholder at any time. They come to us, we train them. That's a way of interacting. We can visit them, pay courtesy visits from time to time. And we have flyers. We send them out. Sometimes, like this program now, the Citizens Radio has made available to us. It's also a way of reaching our stakeholders. On that note, I want to thank the management of Citizens Radio for making this program work. We are grateful. Those who are listening to us, those who may not have heard about our program, will have the opportunity of knowing it, listening to it, and it will surprise you that some will be interested to come and have our training. Some will be passing by, and when they see Citizenship and Learning Center and see boys, man-over boys outside, they are curious. They want to know what's happening here, and they will come in, and then you interact with them. So these are ways, through communication, through visits, and through physical participation in our trainings, through man-over activities. Some people parade, they're interested. You can see man-over people on the roads, on the streets, carrying out community development activities. They are interested, they are excited, and they want to ask questions. Sometimes we go to schools, we carry out sensitization programs. Some years ago, there was a program we put in place in which a team was set to go out to secondary schools to sensitize them. And through that, many of them didn't know about our program, and they became aware. Thank you.
Yeah. How does your interaction with your stakeholders help your organization in generating feedback, if any?
Yeah, certainly. Feedback is important in anything one does in life. You may visit, so, thank you for your training. Our children, our boys, our prefects, particularly because there's always a prefect course for those in SS2 going to SS3 at the end. By the time you visit them through our research department, they'll go there and say, and we have questionnaire at any training. We give out, though not every time, it depends on the nature or the training. We give out a questionnaire, then they complete it. From there, we get feedback from them. But when we visit, and each team that comes, each training team that participants come, they have a lead group, those who lead them. They do have a one-on-one interaction with our coordinators, the administrators of the training schools. So, our relationship with them, our feedback can be in writing, can be oral, can be in the office, can be in our own office. These are ways we relate and get feedback from them. It might interest you if I mention we take visit to Federal Colleges of Education in Nigeria, their physical and health department. I mentioned it before. We have a department of universities, physical and health education departments. We have a Rotary International, Lions Club International, Chrisland School in Lagos, Air Force School, Police Secondary Schools, University Demonstration Schools, Emmanuel International School in Jos, Loyola Jesuit College. We are grateful to all these. From time to time, they will call and ask us. They book for a training. They have done it over the years. May I use this medium on behalf of the management, on behalf of our DG, to thank them for keeping faith with us. Bethany's Christian Academy Jos, Ufua Memorial School, Baptist High School Jos, Atlantic Hall in Lagos, local government training schools, women formations at Jeremy and other areas. From time to time, either they come in person or they call or they write letters. So these are ways we relate with them and we get feedback from them, which is vital to improve our own training and our services.
Yes, feedback is like a check on activities or in whatever you do. Has this feedback helped your organization in addressing some shortcomings, if any?
Thank you very much. Yes. And those who followed our training at the beginning, in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now, will realize that there is a change, there is improvement. At the time, we were only issuing one certificate, for instance. Even those who attended in 1970, no matter the age, you are given one certificate. But it is through the feedback, through their reactions, that we have improved on that. That certificates we issue now are tailored specifically for the purpose of the course you came for in community development, in governance, in leadership, and other things. So it is through the feedback we get from these people. And again, our curriculum has been expanded. It wasn't so at the beginning. A few things, emphasis was mainly on community development, but now we have expanded. We have around 6 thematic areas that our curriculum focus on: in adventure, in leadership, in community development, and others. So what I'm saying is that it is through the feedback we got and through our research also that these things are done, and we'll continue to do it. And we pray and I appeal to our collaborators and clients not to hesitate to let us know where they feel that our services will be enhanced or improved.
Thank you very much, Doctor. How do you manage and retain your stakeholders?
Okay, management and retention of
your stakeholders
is very, very important. It's very important. We are there for them, and without them, I assure you, we will not exist. And that's why it's very important to make things work, to make them continue to be interested and supportive. One of the ways and best way of retaining them is rendering quality service, timely service. Those who have attended our program will attest to this. Our instructors wake up very early, bells are rung, they come out. If it is 6 o'clock, it is 6 o'clock. And the participants have to. Okay? So we render quality service, timely service that has endeared to our clients, to our collaborators over the years. And that's why they have kept coming. And we render something so unique. The training we give is experiential. It's not just in the classroom. It's both outdoor and indoor. It makes you develop your physical activities, emotional activities, and psychological activities that is not obtained in the formal setting. For instance, in the school setting, universities and colleges of education. If there is something also unique in what we do that the paramilitary organizations have kept coming to us. So, my dear, we render quality service. We cherish our collaborators. We love them, and we have not failed. We continue to do things to make us do better. And in terms of feeding, yes, we feed them well when they come, 3 times square meals. Light is there. We have standby generators that when the public light goes off, we have standby generators. There is water. Water is there. So the hostels are there. We have enough accommodation to accommodate any number of participants we have. So these are the things. So being plain, our charges are subordinate because it's being subsidized by the government. We are a government agency that ordinarily, if we are to charge according to the quality of services we render, it would have been higher, but it is moderated by the government. So I hope that answers the questions you have put forward.
Thank you very much. How have your stakeholders contributed to the development of your establishment? What has been their input as regards the development of the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center?
Their input. Well, we have mentioned our stakeholders before. We have mentioned them. Okay, if you might rewind, who are they? The government is a major stakeholder. The government has 3 arms: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Now, over the years, the judiciary, the legislature particularly, have continued to have oversight functions over us. They have appropriated the funds for the running of the center. as also budgeted or proposed by the executive arm of the government. So the legislature is there always for us. They invite us from time to time. They pay visits, what we call oversight functions. But the private sector, they have kept on, they don't owe, they pay in advance. We run, and through the things we do, we generate a little funds as we could for the government. And so government is interested. And basically, the service we render, training good citizens, training good leaders, has made the government to continue to keep faith with us. If not, the center would have been scrapped for a long time. There are some government agencies that over the years that have come. Think of NITEL. There's nothing like NITEL now. There's nothing like Nigerian National Shipping Line was there before. There was Nigerian National Supply Company, NNSL was there, but they're not there again. But the center has weathered the storm from the 1950s. It was established in 1951. It has survived every successive government from 1951 to date, and it is still there. So it's something new. Support from the private sector, support from the public sector has kept the center moving, and above all, support from the staff. We have committed staff, committed leadership. So all these have, in one way or the other, kept the center moving.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I don't think it will be out of place if more collaborators and stakeholders are brought in. What efforts is your organization putting in place to make sure your stakeholders and collaborators are increased so that your training program, because of its uniqueness, goes around all the citizens of this great nation, Nigeria?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, we have plans, and we have been carrying out some course visits, course calls. Those who feel that, well, they need to come in. Our DG from time to time goes out to meet them, to share ideas with them, and we receive also government functionaries who come to find out about what we do. We print flyers which we share out, okay, to potential stakeholders. So these are ways we make sure that the center is known and patronized by those who may have not known about the center, going to them and inviting them to come to us, entering into collaboration. That because the government allows PPP, public-private partnership. So we do enter into partnership with some organizations that help us even make our work, our activity, our center known to others. When they hear about us, they tell others.
You render a peculiar training, or you offer a peculiar training, so unique that no any other training organization does. Is there nothing that can be done to make this a composite training for all? A composite training by the government for all, especially for government workers?
Well, yeah, it can be done. It depends on what the government can do through legislation, through law. If the executive, the judiciary will enact a law that will make the center's training compulsory, and the certificate that if you don't have it, you will not do certain things or you will not get certain things. For instance, the NYC is compulsory. Whether you serve or not, that NYC certificate is very compulsory. Either you receive exemption or certificate of service. If you're not within the age, you receive exemption. If you're within the age, you are given the certificate of service. Why? because the law establishing NYSC makes it compulsory for everybody to participate. So, because of the very unique nature, because of the importance of producing good citizens, the schools are there, universities, primaries, but they don't do deliberate training to produce viral leaders, viral citizens. But ours is built in a way that it's the focus. You come. So I appeal to the government to see to it that one way or the other, a law is either amended or enacted to make sure that a category of people in Nigeria are catered for and are made to go through the training the center offers and certificate issued to them. So in that way, I would say it depends on the government, and it's only government that can do it. If not, ordinarily, nobody will be interested to come for a training. Ordinarily, nobody will be interested to serve NYSC. No, because the law is there. And if you don't, you lose. And not only you lose, if in future you are found not to serve, the law catches up with you and you can go to jail. That's what NYSC is about. So either at primary school or secondary school or at transition time from SS2 to SS3, if it's made compulsory, so that over the years, every citizen of Nigeria within that age bracket must have passed through the center's training. You remember it always. Most soldiers, no matter the year, they remember the training they had at the center in 1974. Those who trained that time still remember it. It's
hoping to have you on this program again when next the need arises. And to our wonderful listeners, we appreciate the time spent with us, and we implore you to join us same time next week as we come your way again. The program remains CLTCR on 93.7 FM. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless.
So help me, make I do my part, make you do your part. Nigeria go better. So help me to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God.
Wow! This program is brought to you from Citizenship and Leadership Training Center.
Wow! I pray to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me, make I do my part, make you do your part. Nigeria go better. So help me to defend our unity and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God. Wow!
This program is brought to you from Citizenship and Leadership Training Center.
Wow!
Abuja. Wake up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this
is your station.
Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Join our hearts to build a nation of our dream.